Okay, are you guys ready for my trauma dump? Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to a week in my life vlog. I'm about to head off to work. I actually worked from home this morning, which was really nice. I had a little appointment, so I just got an email. I heard the ding. I was very fortunate that they let me work from home this morning, so I'm very happy about it. I am gonna go into work soon because my appointment just finished up, but I was thinking since I'm here, I should just make lunch and then go into the office because it's lunchtime, you know? Like, what am I gonna do? And I didn't pack a lunch, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. Then we're gonna head in, but I've been working this morning. I appreciate that they let me work from home. I was a little worried that they wouldn't let me work from home because if you guys remember a couple weeks ago, I was sick and they're like, oh, if you're sick, you're not allowed to work from home, which I was like, are they gonna let me work from home in the morning? Like, I was like, do I have to take a whole PTO day, which I was fine with. Let's see what this email is that I got. Oh, it's literally nothing important. It's just like a marketing spam email. I don't know what I want to make. So I do have chicken that I marinated, but I don't know if I want to eat it. I don't know if, well, not even necessarily eat it. I don't know if I want to make it, you know? Like, I don't know if I want to like heat up a pan and all that. I'm like, do I just make chicken nuggets? I've been obsessed with chicken nuggets recently. Unhealthily obsessed with chicken nuggets. What is going on with me? Also, I have a ton of PR boxes right here that we need to unbox. I'm so excited. So I went to Costco this weekend. I did a little Costco haul on my TikTok and I got a bunch of really good stuff. I got this, I got this, these are so good. I got some chicken nuggets. I got some different chicken nuggets. I also got some breakfast foods. I got this for breakfast and then I got this. I ate this for breakfast today. These are really good. It's my first time ever trying them. And then here's the thing. I have the chicken here that I need to make carne asada that I want to make for dinner, but I also have a rotisserie chicken. I was planning on making Caesar salads for lunch, but I didn't prep any. The thing about it is I could literally prep it right now. I just don't know if I want to. I kind of just want a chicken nugget. Well, actually, in all honesty, I'm not hungry right now, but I know that if I go into the office and don't eat any lunch, I'm going to be starving. And I've already kind of like taken up a lot of my morning here, so I don't want to like waste more time. So I think I'm just gonna do it. Is this the healthiest option? No, but you do what you gotta do. This isn't necessarily what I have to do, but it's what I want to do. The chicken that I marinated it in the Signature Select Teriyaki with pineapple 30-minute marinade. It's been marinating for way more than 30 minutes. It's also a chicken that's like almost bad, so I feel like I should make it. We're making the chicken nuggets. There's nothing that's convincing me that we're not going to make the chicken nuggets. Sorry, I'm like very like high energy right now. Like, I clearly have way too much caffeine in my body. We need to calm the fuck down. How much was this? I'm about to head off to the office. I just ate my breakfast, my lunch. I feel like I ate so fast. I'm feeling very sick. My top, you can barely see it. It's from Dynamite, and then these are from Abercrombie. Yes. I really want to cut my hair so bad. Like, here. I've been dying to do it for so long, and I really want to. Not emphasize this enough. I've been wanting to do it for so long. I think I cut my hair like here in October. Look how much it's grown, and I don't want it this long. Why would this not open? Hello? There we go. Good morning, happy Tuesday. Yesterday after work, I had something in my personal life happen that I can't really talk about on the internet. I feel like I'm literally about to cry right now. I've been debating for a while if I should talk about this because I don't want it to sound negative in any type of way. I don't want it to sound like I'm complaining. I don't want it to sound like I'm ungrateful. I feel like I've been really struggling recently with the balance of putting my life on the internet and having things happening in my life that are not for the internet. That makes any sense. I've really been struggling with it recently, and I feel like I don't want to ever talk about anything negative that comes with posting my life on the internet because I'm aware that it's such a privilege and it's a blessing and it's honestly the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I don't want to sound negative. And I also like, there's this fear that I'm gonna make you guys feel bad if I talk about it. However, I feel like maybe I need to like remove the curtain or the wall or whatever. I don't even know what the saying is, but I've just been really struggling with it, and I feel like maybe it's just better to talk through my thoughts with you guys. So I might talk through my thoughts to you guys when I get home from work, because this is gonna be like, I don't know, I feel like I've been really struggling recently, and I feel like it's kind of showing on the internet, but it's not being talked about, and I feel like there's kind of a disconnect there for me, and I feel like it's obvious. I've just been really struggling with it, and so let's talk about it when I get home, I guess. I'm gonna have like anxiety all day. I'm eating my breakfast sandwich. Hot, hot, hot. Oh my god. Good but hot. So in the meantime, before we trauma dump on the internet, we'll just kind of, you know, business as usual until I trauma dump. And business as usual is I got some new energy drinks. Alani knew they sent me some of their new, this one is fucked up. Look at this one. I'm scared to open that one. I feel like that would explode. They sent me their witch's brew, which apparently they're now making year round, from my understanding. This used to be like a seasonal Halloween, and everybody really likes it. So crack open a cold one. That was a great opening. I have no idea. Is this like a green apple flavor? I'm thinking it's like a caramel apple. Oh, that's really good. I don't even know what this is. It's giving caramel apple, right? Like that makes you assume that it's a caramel apple flavor. I still do prefer cherry slush because that thing is the best thing that I've ever eaten in my drink in my entire life. I would love for them to make seltzers. I've said I have so many ideas for Alani Nu. I'd love for them to make non-caffeinated drinks and then for them to make seltzers. Because imagine like this stuff with alcohol instead of caffeine in it. Amazing. Like Alani Nu, hit me up. I have some ideas for you. This is good. I still don't think it's my favorite one. I think this might be my third favorite from the ones I've tried. Ranking Alani Nu, cherry slush, the breezeberry, this one, watermelon wave, and then the kiwi one. The kiwi one is not my favorite. I'm not a big kiwi person. I know there's other flavors, but those are all the ones that I've tried. It's good. I keep really good. I need to put this in the fridge so I don't drink 200 milligrams of caffeine in like 5 seconds. But yeah, yesterday after work I had something personal happen that I couldn't vlog, and so we had to end the vlog for yesterday there. But we're back. We're better than ever. I literally love this top from Garage. Wait, let me chew and then I'll pick back up. These pants are from Halara. I've recommended them to so many people. A lot of you guys said that you ended up buying them because I recommended them and you really like them. They're essentially pajama pants. They have just like an elastic waist. It's like a fake zipper and they're soft. Like I feel like I'm wearing pajamas. It makes it so much more bearable going into the office when you can wear comfy pants. And then this is from Garage. I love this red color. I was saying in one of my videos, I was like, everyone says that like red is my color. Like what season and like, you know, like a cool spring, a warm summer. Like what does that make me? And then somebody was like, no, red is like a universal color. It looks good on everyone. It doesn't fall into one of the seasons. And I was like, makes sense. But I've really been trying to lean into the red just because I like it. Everybody compliments me when I wear red. I might like add a belt, maybe some earrings. I also braided my hair today. I don't know if I braided it well, but I did in fact braid it. I'm gonna finish eating my breakfast sandwich. I've been like really obsessed with breakfast foods recently. I think that breakfast may be my favorite meal of the day just because I love breakfast. Like I love an omelet. I love a pancake, a waffle, French toast, a breakfast sandwich, a croissant, a bagel. That just solidifies me right there. Breakfast is my favorite food. Toast. Oh, can we talk about toast for a second? I go through these phases. I haven't been through one of these phases in a while because I'm scared of entering it, but I don't eat toast pretty much ever, and then I'll have like one slice of toast and I'm like, this is so good, and then hyper fixate on toast, eat it so much, and then be like, I don't ever want toast again. Like I've had way too much of this, and then the cycle just repeats. Toast is such a hyper fixation food for me. It really is. I haven't had it in a while. Butter toast with peanut butter. Oh, okay. I'm like, maybe I should buy some bread and make some toast. Okay, but I'm starving, so I need to eat this, and then I will catch back up with you guys when I'm done eating this. Food is all done. I'm gonna go drink some more of that energy drink because it was so good. I'm obsessed. I need to remember too to wear my glasses today. I forgot to bring my glasses to the office yesterday and I was like, I can't see anything. I will say I don't really wear makeup to the office anymore, but I wear my sunscreen, and my sunscreen kind of makes my face very moisturized and almost slippery in a sense. It's really great for under makeup, but if I'm not wearing any makeup on top of it, it makes my glasses like slide down a little bit, and I want them up here, but they always end up just like, can you see it? It's just like slowly sliding down and then it stops there. So that's an issue that I have with that. Any suggestions? I don't know if it means like I need to get them tightened or like refit to me, or maybe my glasses are just supposed to be like a little bit further away from the bridge of my nose, or I don't even know what this thing is called, but in between my eyebrows. Oh dang it, I almost forgot to pack my lunch. I still did not prep my lunch for tomorrow or for today. We have to do that. You ever just have a moment where you're like, everything in life is exhausting? I know this sounds dramatic, but that's exactly how I feel right now. Like having to do anything right now, I'm like dramatic, but true. I don't really have Tupperware that I want to use. I know I need one of these for my salad dressing. I got these from Amazon. I'll link them down below. I guess I'll just have to use the big one, but I don't really want to, but oh well. I'm back home from work. My toxic trait is that when I get home from work, all I want to do is just rot in my bed and scroll on TikTok. And then I'm like, oh god, I've been doing this for way too long. Like I feel like that's also maybe like a cause of what's going on in my head that's not good, you know? I do have a lot of stuff going on in my life, which whatever, we've been talking about it, that have been causing me to struggle with my mental health. But I'm like, is me doing this bad for me? Like I've been trying to go on walks, which is really hard to do because it's like 110 degrees outside. Like I've been trying my best to do the things that I can with the limited amount of time, the limited outdoorness I'm allowed to do, but I just feel like maybe me just mindlessly scrolling on TikTok for hours and hours and hours is not positively contributing to my mental health, which makes perfect sense. So, but I'm like, what do I do? Like, aside from scrolling on TikTok, like, what do I do when I get home from work? If you guys have any ideas, don't want to show the feet, let me know. I don't know, part of me is like, do I have hobbies? Like, I have hobbies. Like, I go to workout classes, I make YouTube videos, but like, aside from that, what do I do? I get home and I'm like, I don't really know what else I'm supposed to, like, I just want to like kind of relax and just turn my brain off for a little bit, but then I'm like, I don't know how to do that without my phone, because I don't want to just like sit in silence and like stare at the wall. And I could read, but I feel like my brain needs to be shut off a little bit, you know? Like, what can I do? How do I relax that does not involve my phone? I know that it's incredibly sad to say out loud, but I'm like, I just feel like I don't know, I need like a relaxing hobby that I can do indoors because it's too hot outside. I have therapy soon, thank god, maybe we'll talk about this. But seriously, like, what are, like, should I Google it? Does anybody else use like the voice to text thing like crazy? What can I do as a hobby that is relaxing, that requires no money? I should have asked ChatGPT. I feel like that would have given me better. Okay, writing, reading, puzzles, yoga, hiking, photography, mindless activities like watching TV, coloring, doodling, playing with Legos can be relaxing. I could get a coloring book. That would be so fun. I'm also making chicken nuggets. So a little after work snack. I do journal a lot. Okay, my air fryer needs to shut up. Shh. I do journal a lot, which I'm planning on doing after therapy anyways. Reading, I did say that I was going to read a book in July and I didn't end up doing that, so maybe I'll pick up a book in August. Usually with reading, for me, I don't know if you guys are like this, I feel like reading has been like the new thing within the past couple of years. Like everyone's obsessed with reading, slay, major slay. I'm the type of person where I'll read a book, become so obsessed with it that is literally all I can do. I will cancel every plan that I have so I can finish the book, and then I'll try to read another book after it and no book compares. Like I'll start reading a chapter of a book and be like, this just isn't as good as the other book, and I understand the idea of like the other book. I was able to like see the beginning to the end, so I had like more context, and it takes longer to get into a book. But I go through these hyper fixations of books where I'm like, it's all I want to do and all I can think about, and I can't even hang out with anyone until I finish the book, until I know what happens. And I'm like, I don't want to read this. I'm like struggling to like read 10 pages. It's too hot to hike. I want to do some activities that are maybe not physical, like ones that I don't have to get in workout clothes for, you know? Oh, we have a Reddit thread. Let's see what people are saying. To bake. I love to bake. Bird watching, running. I'm not gonna run, I will tell you that. Embroidery and cross stitch. I've always wanted to do that, but I will say I just don't know if I can. This sounds so sad. Like I think I need like some background music or a podcast or TV on or something, so I just sitting in my own silence makes me feel uncomfortable, and maybe I need to work on that. Someone sculpts, that's cool. Learn a new language. Get into cooking. World building. You basically just create entire worlds or universes in your head and then register and organize them in a journal or a sketchbook or even online. There's a website called World Anvil that is good for that sort of thing. I used to be really cool and I had more free time. I feel like I mentally do that in my head already, not gonna lie. I feel like I want to get a coloring book. I just feel like that could be really fun, and maybe like possibly therapeutic. We're gonna look on Amazon for a coloring book and then some color pencils. We'll do that, but first I want to eat my chicken nuggets. But I have therapy soon, and then after therapy I'm gonna trauma dump on you guys. Been looking forward to it all day. It's been causing me anxiety. And then I do have a PR unboxing that I need to do. I am extremely excited to start my coloring journey. You can make fun of me all you want, but like that just, I'm like, that makes me so excited. I'm going to have a hobby that doesn't involve a screen, because even doing YouTube and like all my social media, that's still on a screen, you know? And then maybe if I get really good, I can start painting. I made the Baird chicken nuggets. They're so good. I don't know, I've just been on like a chicken nugget kick. Tonight, hopefully I'll be hungry enough after all these chicken nuggets. I want to make the carne asada for dinner. I feel like that'll be really, really good. Also, wait, I did not realize I was not in the frame. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I need to start paying more attention. My mom's birthday is this week. I want to do the math of how old, I know how old she is, but I'm like double checking in my head, like with the math of like what year she was born versus this year. It blows my mind that there are some people who do not know how old their parents are. You should know how old your parents are. Just saying. I also feel like one thing that I could start doing is treating cooking more as a hobby rather than like something I have to do. I've talked about this in my videos before, but I definitely go in and out of phases of really loving to cook and really hating to cook. And I feel like when I hate to cook, it's because I view it more as a chore than something that's creative and fun. So I think that maybe if I have a different mindset about it, it could help me. I apologize that I am a broken record. That is something that we'll get to in my trauma dump about like a lot of the same topics over and over, but sometimes my life is repetitive. Sometimes I have the same thoughts over and over again. I mean, we literally are all human. Like I always say this, but I'm like, if you recorded yourself talking for 30 minutes to an hour throughout the week, you'd probably like repeat yourself a lot too and not even realize it. I feel like the past couple months have just been me trying to figure out how to make myself better mentally, and I feel like I've kind of slowly gotten there, and when I've like slowly gotten to a point, it builds momentum and it makes me want to do more. And I feel like that's the point that I'm at now, is like I'm doing a little bit better, which is really great, and I want to keep riding this momentum and adding to it and figuring out how I can be better and better and better than just staying like, you know, like if there's like a little graph and it's like this, I don't want a flat line, I want to keep, you know, going up. So that's kind of my mindset. I love the idea of coloring. I could do it on my iPad, but that is literally not the point. No. Shout out Google AI for coming up with that idea for me. Also, on the same note of AI, my company has the ChatGPT like 4.0, like the one you pay for. It's so much better than the regular one. And of course it should be better because you pay for it, but it is significantly better. Like the results that I get from it, I'm like, okay, ChatGPT, slay. It's really good, you guys. I wouldn't pay for it, but if your company pays for it, highly suggest. Anyways, I'm gonna go in my office and just kind of wait for my therapy appointment to start so we can focus on my mental health. Woo. Mental health matters. Almost just like stabbed with my fork. Therapy is done. Okay, are you guys ready for my trauma dump? I don't really know what I'm gonna say in this, if I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I'm just gonna kind of word vomit about something that I feel like I don't know if like necessarily like I'm asking for advice on this. I feel like I am almost. I don't know. I feel, okay, oh my god, this chair is making me spin a little bit. I talked about this quite a bit, but I don't know if I've ever really given the full context of this. I feel like I've really been struggling finding a balance of sharing my life online, but also maintaining some normalcy and privacy in my life. And a couple things. I feel like I'm gonna give you like a laundry list of disclaimers, and like first of all, if you don't care and you don't want to know, just like entirely skip this part. I'm gonna be so real. If you don't care, I'm about to word vomit and you're about to be like, Keegan, you're annoying, shut up. Like that's what's gonna happen. So if you don't care about this, I'm not offended if you leave the video, if you skip this part, whatever. But I also want to say that making YouTube videos has been the best thing that's ever happened to me. It is my #1 favorite thing in my entire life, and I feel like there's part of me that feels like I'm not allowed to have any negative emotions attached to it, because it has been such a place of fulfillment and happiness in my life that it's almost like I'm not allowed to be upset about anything that's attached to it, because the only emotion that I should have towards it is gratitude. And I feel like I'm struggling with like the duality of it, of like it can be both. I also don't want to make you guys feel like this is at all your fault or that you guys have anything to do with the way that I've been feeling recently. It's literally like a me versus me. It's not like you guys have no part in any of these like emotions that I'm feeling, and I just want you guys to know that you have done nothing but make me feel accepted and loved and appreciated. So I just want to say that before I talk about this. But I wanted to give you guys a little bit of background on this. So I started making YouTube videos when I was 13 years old, and I started like being really consistent when I was 14. And so from 14 to 18 I was in high school, and when I was in high school I wouldn't necessarily make videos about my life. Like I would usually make videos about like things that I was interested in at the time, whether it was like makeup or beauty or fashion, as if I knew anything about that stuff at the time. Still don't. When I was in college I started making more videos about my life, like more vlog content, but it was always through the lens of someone who's in college. Like I could always make my videos about being in college, so I felt like I was able to share my life, but I didn't really have to share too much personal information because it wasn't necessarily like my life, it was the life of someone in college, if that makes any sense. Then I graduated college and I started doing social media full time, and I did social media full time for like a year and a half, and I remember telling myself like I just want to give myself the opportunity to see it through, to see if I like it, to see if this works out. And I ultimately really did not like doing it full time, because I really do think that social media is something that is better just as like a passion project. I don't think that your #1 passion in life should be your mainstream of income, because I feel like you end up resenting it. And I felt like when I started doing social media full time, I had this really unhealthy and negative thought process that was, well, now that this is my full-time job, nothing's off limits. I have to share every single thing about my life. And that caused me to have a severe mental breakdown. You guys were there. If you've been here, you've witnessed it. And I feel like I really struggled with that. I felt very resentful towards it, which is something that I really struggle with, having my favorite thing in the entire world be something that I resent at periods in my life. I really struggle with that. I remember feeling like I can't cook a meal, I can't hang out with a friend, I can't run an errand without vlogging it. And it made me feel like I was exploiting myself, and it made me feel like the only way that I can make money is exploiting myself. And I really struggled with that. And I think at that point I was like, okay, I need to put boundaries on this, and I need things that I can't share. And I feel like what I did is almost like what people do when you first start therapy. Like, you have no boundaries, and then you put boundaries on everything, and then it's just like way too much. And then you start easing up the boundaries, and you kind of find a happy medium. And I think my happy medium was like, I can share about my life, but I'm gonna keep my friendships and relationships more private out of respect for not only those people, but those relationships and connections I have with them, right? I say this all the time. I feel like I sound like a broken record talking about this, but I chose to put my life on the internet. The people in my life did not. I don't want to expose them to that. There's so many positive things to putting your life on the internet, but there's also negative things that go along with it. And I feel like when you're kind of a friend of someone who creates their life on the internet, you don't necessarily get the positive aspects of it, because I feel like I have a really strong connection with you guys, and call it a parasocial relationship, whatever you want to. I feel like when I like talk to you guys in the comments and everything, I do feel like I'm like talking to my best friends, and I know that, again, very parasocial, but I open up more sometimes on my videos than I do to some of my friends. I talk to you guys every single week, multiple times a week. Like, we talk about our lives. Like, I feel like I know a lot of you guys really well, and so when I film these videos, I feel like I'm talking to a friend. And when my friends, like, they don't get that connection, if that makes any sense, so they kind of see more of the negative aspects of social media, like having people comment about you that don't know you. I think that that's maybe harder for some people because they don't have the positive aspects. Does that make any sense? I don't know if that makes any sense. There was a period where I was like, okay, I'm like starting to show my friendships a little bit more, and then I had something happen, and I was talking about something in my videos. One of my friends thought I was talking about them. That ended the friendship. That miscommunication of them thinking that I was talking about them in the video ended the friendship, and it was a really, really bad friendship breakup. I feel like friendship breakups are even bigger than like relationship breakups. Like, they hurt so much more. And in that moment, I had this kind of like, okay, my videos need to be about me. They cannot include other people in my life, out of respect for that, out of those relationships. Like, I have to be a person first before I'm someone who puts my life on the internet, before I'm a content creator. Like, I have to prioritize these relationships, these personal things in my life more than I prioritize making content. And I never felt like I necessarily prioritized content, but I think that that was something that I was like, okay, this is something that I need to do. And I feel like you guys have seen this in my videos. Like, a lot of people will say like, I didn't even know you had friends because you never vlog with them. And it's because of that situation that happened where I lost a friendship because of it, me making these really clear separations between the two. And I struggle a lot because I want to include those friendships. Like, that's a very big part of my life, but it scares me having something like that happen again, or having somebody leave a negative comment about one of my friends. The majority of my comments are positive, but when there are negative ones that do affect people in my life, you know, and you can't control people on the internet. So I kind of viewed it as like, my channel needs to really just be about me, and like, it feels very narcissistic. I don't know if I necessarily like myself enough to like have the whole channel around me, but I felt like that was what I needed to do in the moment. So that was kind of like the mindset. And I feel like I've shared that I don't really talk about my friends or share my friends too much, but that was kind of the driving reason of like why that was a big thing, was that I was like, I need to protect these relationships in my life, because I don't want my friends to feel that way. I don't want them to feel like I'm exploiting them. I don't want them to have any negative things that come from social media that I have accepted because it's not the choice that I made. Also, when I was 13 and started making videos, I didn't necessarily know all the information that I know now. Like, when you get older, I feel like it's natural to want more privacy. When you're younger, you don't really care as much. And I think too that when I got out of college, it kind of felt like everything was up for grabs. Sharing about my life, I didn't have that like lens of college anymore that I could vlog through. It was just, this is my life, so here are the personal things going on in my life. It made it a lot more vulnerable. Oh, my air conditioning's turning on, sorry. And so fast forward to now, with where I've been struggling, is I feel like because I work a full-time job, I have less time in the day to vlog. Like, when I worked from home, I could like show like, okay, I'm working now I'm making lunch, now I'm doing this, now I'm doing this. Whereas now I really only have before work and after work to vlog. And I feel like every free second that I have, I feel like I'm going back to the feeling like I'm exploiting it again. I feel like the way that I'm saying that, like, it sounds wrong and it's not necessarily how I feel, but I don't know if I can like verbalize it in the right way. Number two is, see, now I feel like I'm like kind of jumping all over the place. When I'm going through something with my mental health, I feel like vlogging really emphasizes it to me, and it makes it a lot more apparent because you have to film yourself so much, then you're seeing yourself and you're seeing yourself of what you're going through. And it's been really hard for me going through things that I can't talk to you guys about, because I do find a lot of comfort in like talking to you guys about things that I'm going through. But I have two really big things that are going on in my life right now that are causing me a lot of like emotional pain, and I've talked about the feelings, but I can't talk about what they are. And it sucks those are two things that I can't talk about because they involve other people. And as I've gotten older, I've really, again, like realized the impact that my social media has on other people. And now that I have a full-time job, I have to realize like, okay, like things that I'm posting have to be appropriate that my employer can see it. Like, yes, I say like fucking shit on my videos, but like things that I talk about have to be appropriate for a workforce. And I think that like some influencers, if influencing is their full-time job, even when my job was full-time influencing, like you were able to kind of cross that boundary because you were your own employer, but now I have an employer. And so I feel like I have to be more censored in things that I talk about because of that, because I have to consider that I have a life outside of social media, that the things that I do on social media impact me, impact other people, impact my job. Like there's things like that too. Like I was getting a comment that was like, you should, like when you go out to bars and stuff, you should post that. Like I see your Instagram stories or like your Instagram, like you're like doing these things and like you don't show those in your YouTube videos. And I completely agree, because I think that there's times where I'm like, I'm out at a bar and I'm like, do I vlog this? But number one, I don't want to put my friends on the internet drinking alcohol because like they're employers. That could be bad for their job, that could be bad for their career in the future. But then I also have a moment of like, I have a career, I have an employer, I have a job. I don't necessarily want me drinking on the internet. And two, and three, I don't even know what number I'm at, I guess 3. I feel like YouTube is a lot more intimate and personal than an Instagram post. Like I feel like you get to know somebody a lot more on social media or on YouTube than you would on Instagram, on TikTok, because it's a longer form content. I feel like in my YouTube videos, like I very much so open up to you guys and you guys get to know me personally. And it's hard because it's like, I still want to share those parts of my life with you guys, but I have to be more careful around them. So I felt like, oh, like I can show them on Instagram so I can still show that part of my life, but it's not as intimate and personal, if that makes any sense. Like a photo is very different than like a 4-minute video clip, you know? And so I feel like that's something I've been struggling with, of like the balance of having a private personal life that I want to share with you guys, but understanding the boundaries at this point in my life when I'm in my 20s, when I have a career, when things affect other people. Like I think that this is not something that I've necessarily had to experience yet, because in the past I was in college, I never had an employer. When I was my own employer, when I did YouTube, social media full time, like it limits the amount of stuff that I can share. And then when I have things going on in my personal life, that limits the amount that I can share. And then on top of that, I feel like this sounds like me complaining, and I really hope it doesn't. I feel like it really, really does. I would love to see the things that you guys want to see, because I feel like my videos are very repetitive. Like there's like me getting ready for work, me making breakfast, me coming home from work, making like it's very repetitive, but I feel like those are like, I've kind of exerted everything out of me that I feel like I can share, that fill those buckets of things that I feel like I am comfortable with sharing right now. And so I think I want to know, like, what do you guys want to see more of? And you guys have always been very respectful in my decision about sharing my friends and people in my life, and I totally understand wanting to see more. And I feel like when I talk about it, you guys are always like, oh, like I completely understand where you're coming from, because I think sometimes like if it's not something that you've experienced, like sharing your life online, like it's just like things that you don't consider. Like if I'm not a construction worker, so I don't consider like the type of boots that you need to wear to construction, you know what I mean? Like those type of things. 2, I vlog Monday through Fridays, and then I spend my entire day on Sunday editing the video, because it's usually a very long video that really only gives me Saturday to not be thinking about social media and to have like a private day, if that makes any sense. And I feel like having a day where I don't film my life has been like very important for my mental health. And so it limits me to being like, well, I can film on the weekends, but I know that it's not necessarily good for me to feel like I'm exploiting every single day and not having like any kind of like personal me time, you know? And I feel like also like I haven't really done much either just with my mental health. I feel like I was talking about this in my last vlog, like I've kind of just been like a little shell of myself and not really done too much. I guess like where I'm kind of coming at with all this is a very long-winded way, and I apologize if it sounds like I'm complaining, but what do you guys want to see that can make my videos feel different but not overstep? It's just, I feel like I'm at a really weird place with creating content and sharing my life online that I haven't been at yet, where I really want to share more, but there's things that I can't, because I'm a person first and because I have to care about other people, you know? And I feel like it's made, like it's, I don't want to say like it's exhausted like aspects of my life, but I don't know. I also do feel like there's periods all of our lives where we're like more routine than we have periods where we're out doing more things and it's fun and it's blah blah blah, you know? I don't know. And I don't want this to sound like I don't want to do this, because I feel like the way that I'm saying it makes it sound like it, but I really do love doing it. And it's just, it's been something that I've been struggling with a lot, balancing it. I feel like I'm just like on a broken record and it's like saying the same things over and over at this point. I don't know. I really care about you guys, and I really care about the content that I make, and I really do love making it, and I wish that I could share more with you guys. And it's just, I don't know. This is also something something that I've never like really prepared myself for, this feeling, but it was like unexpected. I didn't think that I was gonna feel this way. I'm just really afraid that like me saying this is gonna come off as like I don't like doing social media, I'm complaining, like I hope it doesn't sound like that, because I love it so much and I want to find a way to make it work for me, for you guys, for everyone in my life, for the stage of my life that I'm in. And I think that sometimes it just takes like trial and error, you know? I hope my life kind of gets, I don't want to say I hope my life gets better, because that is not that's not what I mean. I just hope this is a transitional period of my life that I'm able to figure out, you know? I see myself making videos until I'm like 50 years old, maybe even longer. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from, and if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. But I do love you. I love you guys so much, and I appreciate you being here as I kind of figure out this phase of my life and how sharing my life on the internet can kind of like merge with it. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. That sounds like a good idea. One of my friends texted me that she missed me. I'm gonna see if she wants to hang out this weekend. While I take my Accutane, I wanted to tell you guys a funny story. Also, side note, a lot of you guys had made a really great point that taking Accutane can cause mental health problems. I only have 2 left. We'll have a whole party when I take the last one this week. Bottoms up. So I want to tell you guys a funny story. So I've mentioned this in the past that I am the only woman that pretty much works at my company on my team. I'm the only woman there. It's all men aside from me. Like every meeting I'm in, it's like a room of like 10, 15 men, and then me. So like my therapist this like just like as a joke, and she was like, no way. We started doing this thing where we plank for 2 minutes a day. Like we'll just be sitting, it'll be silent, and someone's like, everyone up, we're about to plank. And like, not to brag, I can plank for 2 minutes. Shout out Pilates. Because I'm gonna be honest, I could not plank for 2 minutes before Pilates. I'm like sweating, and just turn the air conditioning back on. But I was telling my therapist about that, and she was like, that is the definition of working at an all-male company. And I was like, yeah, I'm about to get abs from planking 2 minutes a day. We've done it a few times. I don't know if we're gonna do it every day, but it's been pretty consistent. So if you've ever wondered what it's like to work at a company of all men and then you plank 2 minutes a day. And like the thing about it is like I'm dripping in sweat. And like I'm planking in my trousers, in my mules, in my little work shoes. My feet are like slipping on the ground. I'm doing it like in front of my desk. Like just forearm planking, 2 minutes, shaking. I think the first 30 seconds, the last 30 seconds are the worst, so half. But shout out Pilates, because I would have been so embarrassed if I couldn't make it and everyone else could, because everyone else can make it. But yeah, if you ever wondered what it's like to work at a company with all men, you plank 2 minutes a day. I'm sure there's people that work at companies with all men that don't plank 2 minutes a day, but I do. I just thought it was a funny story I told my therapist. I wanted to tell you guys. But yeah, if you ever see me getting a 6-pack, it's planking 2 minutes a day. You should totally try. Just in the middle of the workday, like a 3 p.m. quick plank. 3 p.m. to 3:02, let's plank. Anyways, I'm gonna do my dishes because I really need to. While I do my dishes, ooh, my air conditioning is turning on, thank God. I'm thinking of torturing myself. It's been so fun to cause myself just absolute agony and pain with this song. I love doing this to myself. Sometimes I really need Taylor Swift, and sometimes I really don't need Taylor Swift because it causes me more pain, but somehow I just like to fuel the pain. So you know what we're gonna listen to?
This is kind of an abnormal structure, but I think
you know if you know.
And just, it sounds sad because it's on piano, and I'm sad in general, but it's got to have like a dry synth beat.
I'm gonna listen to this while I'm literally on TikTok.
Oh, here we go again.
While I do my dishes. The voices in his head. Number 1, I apologize, my dishwasher's running. Number 2, I realized I didn't clean that. But I wanted to share this with you guys before I put it in. I've shared this in the past, but I made this recipe for single serve cookies this weekend. It was so good, I love it. It's from Roma Bakery. I used to make it a ton, like 2 years ago. But my brown sugar was dry, and so I have this little thing called brown sugar bear. You soak it in water, and then you put it in your brown sugar. My brown sugar is so dry, I need to like smash it in there. But essentially what it does is it like softens it up. Whatever, I'm just gonna like lay it on top. It's not really going in, but it softens up your brown sugar. I got it on Amazon. It doesn't apparently keep it soft forever because it didn't work forever this time. Another trick is to put it in your microwave for like 30 seconds. I soaked a paper towel, wrung it out, and like covered a bowl with some brown sugar, put in the microwave for 30 seconds, and it softened it right up. So also, if you're gonna pinch, great hack, I'm gonna clean this little thing that I have. And then we will get ready for bed. We We all know about my washer and dryer situation. It's nothing new, Taylor's version. However, when I was touring condos, there was one condo that had a washer dryer like combined. I feel like those were common in Europe, in one of these areas, like in the kitchen island next to the sink. And although it's not ideal, I wonder if one would fit. So I'm gonna measure. I need to go get my measuring tape. It's over here. I have no idea how big these things are, so we're just gonna wing it. I'm gonna say, okay, 30 inches long. I need to write this down. So I'm just gonna measure it and then see if there's any that are that size. I feel like it's probably too small, in all honesty, but that one condo did have it in one of these areas, because initially when I was looking at the condo online, they just had like one of these here, and then it seemed like they couldn't sell it, so they replaced it with a washer and dryer. That's my hypothesis. Okay, this is 34 tall. Let's see how deep it goes. 24. Oh, like I said, not the ideal situation, but I get a lot of questions about this actually. I think I didn't explain myself very well about what my options are for putting a washer and dryer in here, so I'm gonna explain. Long story short, in summation, I can put a washer and dryer in here. It is possible, but it's going to be significantly more expensive and harder than I thought it was going to be for a couple reasons. The main reason actually is because the drainage and pipes and everything in here, this is an older place. They're not like in a convenient spot for me to do it. I think I would, a lot of the contractors, I've had two come out, they were both saying that I would have to like go through the floor, and I don't know if my HOA would approve that. Like I'd have to go through my floor into like what's below me without like giving too much information about like where my unit is and all of that stuff. Like that's not, it might not be likely for them to approve that, right? It also takes a month for you to submit the paperwork to do any of that type of stuff. And I was like, oh, well, in a month, like my washer and dryer, my communal will be fixed. Nope, hasn't even been replaced. So if I would have known that it was going to take this long, I probably maybe would have initiated it, but we would have to do a lot of stuff to make it work. I thought it was just like, put a drain in it. No, not easy. I might have to like move walls, replace all my floors because you have to dig up under, like a lot of stuff to make it what I need it to be, move wiring around. So not ideal, not ideal. The thing about this, that like the combined one, that's also not ideal. That's very short-term solution, because I would love to have a washer and dryer separate, not like a combined into one thing, but I think that's better than nothing, right? And it's right next to the sink, so I'm like, the drainage should be easy. Like I don't know anything about anything, so I don't know if that's actually the reality of it. I feel like that area is just too small. I could do it right here. How long is this? This is not ideal. Like I don't really want to do it there, if I'm being honest. That's 30. How long was that? Oh, it's the same length. So I'd rather have it over there than right here. So, but also thinking long term too, like it is significantly cheaper to put that in there than like redo everything. I could be saying all this and then they don't have the combined stuff that's like actually the right size. Because that, now that I'm looking at it, like that is really tiny. But I mean, some other place did it, so I wonder. I think I took a photo of it. What month was that in? March? Could have been in. When was this? Okay, maybe it was February. February. I can never spell February. I feel like they make it intentionally hard for people to spell, but whatever. I love all these photos of my last job. Is this it? No. What? I feel like I've been looking at my phone for like 20 minutes trying to find this. That is an exaggeration. But okay, I can't find it. I'm gonna try to find it. I'm also gonna try to do some research and see if there is a washer and dryer that would fit here. I'm curious the price, because it's not, like I said, like a great long-term solution, and I don't really want to put it in if it's not a great long-term solution, but it's better than nothing, and I think it would bring equity into the place to have something in here. I don't know, I really need to think it through. This is just me spitballing ideas, just full transparency, but I wanted to loop you guys in for visibility. We're gonna go super corporate America right now. Where is this stupid photo that I took? I don't know, but yeah, just letting you guys know. Okay, I found this one. It's on sale. It's still so much money, don't get me wrong. I'm aware, but it's a compact one, and a lot of you guys were saying that compact ones are very, very tiny, that I won't be happy with it. I was thinking that if I wanted to wash like a duvet or something, eventually, hopefully, my communal washer and dryer will be fixed and I could use that for bigger things. Let me know if you guys think this is a good idea or if it's not a good idea. This one would fit. I think the only issue is it would go out like a little bit farther than this. Like it'd probably go out to like here-ish, and then it's like slightly, it'd probably have like a gap, so I'd have to like put something there. I wonder too, because here's the thing, I wanted to fill in this desk area just because I just don't think I'd use it. I'm saying all these things that I don't know if are actual realities, but this is, how far is this? That's 29 inches. I think that's 34, dang it. Because I was gonna be like, I could just move that here. I already want to fill this in, but I don't think that's gonna work. But I don't know, like, it's not ideal, obviously, but do you guys think it's better than nothing? Because if I were, here's the thing, if I were to put in a washer and dryer, I'd want to put it here. Because if I have to put it here, it would have to be a compact one. A lot of you guys were saying don't get the compact one, right? Which again, this one would be the compact one. However, this would be much cheaper. I think it'd look nicer because it's kind of more hidden away. If I were to put this one here, I would have to dig into my closet, take this out. I have to widen this arch, like move it over. There's electrical right here. Like where I want to put it in an ideal world to have a standard washer and dryer requires a lot more money because of all the things that go in with it, right? And I really don't want to put it here, if I'm being honest. I really don't want to. I would rather have a compact 2-in-1 over there than a stackable compact here. I just think it would look bad, honestly. I mean, ideally, like I keep saying, I want to put it there, but like if you see like all the things that have to do, and there's no drain over there, so they'd have to, I'm assuming, I don't know, they'd have to dig under and like connect it to the toilet, then I'd have to get new flooring or like replace the flooring. Like it would have to be a lot, and I don't know if it would be worth the money. Like I think that if I were to do all of that, I don't think I'd get the money back in equity. I hate being an adult and I hate making decisions. This sucks. I don't know, I feel like it's a possibility. It's probably the most feasible financial, like it's still a lot of money, don't get me wrong. It's probably maybe like $2,000, like all said and done, having like a plumber and all of that, which is a lot of money, but it is significantly cheaper than if I were to have to do all of that over there, right? And even if I were to do this, right, they would have to dig under and go under, which I don't know if my HOA would allow it. So then they would still have to like dig under and go to this, which would also be so much money. So I'm like, I don't know. I feel like it makes the most sense short term. Long term, I don't know if I'd be happy with it, which makes me worried because I don't know. The reviews on the washer and dryer say that it works really great. Like it had very mixed reviews. Majority of them were positive, but the ones that were negative all had a consensus that it worked really great for the beginning, and then once the warranty was over, it stopped draining, and so your clothes don't dry, which scares me. Obviously, I think it would scare anybody. I don't want to spend $2,000 and not have it work. I feel like it could be a good solution though. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. So my camera battery died, or not the camera battery. My SD card was full, so I feel like that was a sign to stop talking and to go to bed because I've been yapping all day. But I texted my mom about it. She's asleep because it's 9 p.m. as moms do. And I'm gonna see what she says. But I do have to realize that every time that I've followed, and I don't mean this specifically to my mom, but like anytime I followed my mom's advice or anybody else's advice without really trusting my gut, I've ended up regretting it. So I think that this needs to be a decision that I make. I'm curious your guys' opinion about it because I'm sure by the time that this video goes up, I haven't made a decision yet. But I would love to know your opinion. But I do know that I have to be the one to make the decision myself because I don't want to blame somebody else if it doesn't go well. You know, like I want to be the person to blame. I need to do a lot more research into it. Like I'm very aware this is like very just beginning idea phase, ideation, you know, if you will. I'm gonna think on it. I'm gonna do a lot more research about it. But let me know your opinion so I can kind of do, if anyone has, I can do some market research if anyone has any opinions. Anyways, I'm gonna go to bed and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I just got out of Pilates. That was like one of the best Pilates classes ever, except for the instructor was like, I'm actually just subbing. I'm moving to a whole different state. So, and I was like, oh my God, you find a Pilates instructor you like and then she doesn't even live here. Also, there was a girl in my Pilates class today who is like, I don't want to say it, like famous. Like, I don't want to say it like in a weird way. Like she's not like an influencer. She's like actually a famous person. And her and I used to do workout classes together like a few years ago. And I saw her and I was like, do I say something? Will she remember me? Like I don't want her to think that like I'm just like a fan or something. Like her and I have had conversations because we used to work out together, but like that was a few years ago and she remember I didn't say anything because I was just like paranoid that she was gonna be like another fan type of thing. But I was like staring at her trying to figure out if that was her, and then she noticed I was staring at her, and then I'm like, dang it, she probably thinks that I'm just like some creepy fan and she can't even enjoy a Pilates class without someone like staring at her. Also, we did like really heavy things and you have to lay down for it, and you can see it like indenting into my skin because you lay down and then there's these like shoulder blockers so you don't fall off the thing, and I was clearly pressed so hard into those. Fun. But I need to go home, work from home today, which is really, really nice. But yeah, that was a great Pilates class. I really liked that one. She just had to live in a whole different state. I always like to blast some type of like music on my way home from a workout class. My favorites are either, I should not start off my day with the smallest man who ever lived. I should not do that, but I do that quite often. Also, Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish. I really like those like bass sounds. I really like blasting those after a workout. I really enjoy. So if anybody has any suggestions of songs like that where it's just such like a huge buildup, let me know. Today has kind of been a rough day for me. I need to update my cry log. So I ordered a coloring book. I'll show it to you guys, but first I drew. This is my masterpiece. It's not very good, clearly. It's supposed to be flowers, but I don't know. It was very therapeutic and I'm very excited to get my coloring book. It's supposed to come on Friday. Let me show you guys the one that I got. I got a coloring book and color pencils. I do need a sharpener. This one's called The Little Corner Cute, Comfy, and Coloring Book. So it's like all these little like houses. Oh, all these little like houses and stuff to color. I think it's really cute. Like that's a pizza shop and like a bookstore, a bookshop. That was $7.99, and then I got these color pencils and they were half off. But like I said, I do need a sharpener. So my mom's a teacher. I'm gonna be like, hey, do you have any like handheld pencil sharpeners that you don't use? I'm sure she has so many that she uses and is not willing to give up one up. No, not willing, but you know, doesn't have the supply to. But I got some coloring pencils. I'm gonna text right now. Do you have any handheld pencil sharpeners that you don't use that I can have? Question mark. I love a voice to text, and I love sending it before I proofread it. But yeah, I'm an artiste. This is my work of art. I feel like my eyes have been hurting from staring at a screen for so long. I love working from home, but sometimes it almost gives me too much time to think thoughts, and that's not good for me. Maybe we need to stop thinking. I also still need to do more research into the washer and dryer situation. I did a little bit more and I don't know. Like it sounds great in theory, but in actuality, will it be? I don't know. I kind of want to color more, but I kept getting all like the graphite on the side of my hand, so I was like, I washed it off. I'm so excited for my coloring book. I just want to take a nap. But tonight I'm gonna make fajitas and I'm really excited for those. I'm really, really excited. I'm not kidding when I say to you guys, I have no idea where my tripod is. I've had no idea where it is all week. But we are going to make some carne asada. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to freeze a lot of this because there's no way that I'm going to be able to eat this all. I've never cooked any kind of red meat. Is this ready to cook? And I don't know if that means that it's like pre-cooked and I just need to heat it up, or if it's like pre-seasoned. I think it's like the pre-seasoned. I'm scared, if I'm being honest. I know that like chicken is less scary in my opinion because once it's white, you know it's done. This could be pink. And I also don't have a grill, so I'm going to use this. Hot. I feel like my brain is not on right now. I just want to take a nap, but I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight. Everyone wish me luck. I'm scared. It's like there's like blood everywhere. Like, is this blood or is this like marinade? I'm gonna tell myself it's marinade, but it's probably blood. Is it gonna come out? I don't want to get the blood on my counter. Sorry, I feel like I sound like I'm like the complaining child, which I am, except for I'm an adult. It's so scary. I hope it's not just like one giant piece. I hope it's like a bunch of small pieces. Oh, thank God it's a bunch of small pieces. It smells good. I don't know if you guys think the same way, but I've always thought that like raw meat looks good. Like obviously I'm not gonna eat it, but I always thought that like raw meat looks like yummier than cooked. Like it looks so fresh. It's not coming out. Hello? It's not coming out. This is oh fuck. Okay, maybe this one doesn't want to come out. Okay, we have like plenty of pieces here, I think being the key word. I still have not preheated the oven yet for my bell peppers, so I need to do that. I need to touch this. Ugh, I hate touching raw meat. I'm complaining so much right now. And by pretty sure I mean like I'm almost 100% sure this is completely raw. We're just gonna wash our hands. Oh, my mom said she'd give me a pencil sharpener. Queen. I should have got onions for my fajitas. Bell pepper fajita oven recipe. Sheet pan fajitas vegetables. Flavorful and easy. Sign me up. I think that when I cook, I want to torture myself again and listen to the Taylor Swift song. You was my best friend and that was the worst part. 430 Fahrenheit. I don't even know if mine will go 430. That's just like a random number. Oh, I guess it does. How do I know if it's going? We're starting this over. It doesn't like ever say start. It just started like blinking, but I'm like, does blinking mean, if it's not blinking, I think that means it's preheating. So this says to cook it for 8 minutes, flipping every 2 to 3 minutes. I'm so scared. I feel like I need water. I still haven't unloaded my dishwasher, so instead of, you know, we'll just put it right back in. Okay, everyone, wish me luck. These things should not scare me as much as they do. Okay, I feel like this is maybe possibly too hot. It says to do it on a hot grill, but I'm like, one thing that is nice is I have a meat thermometer. I'm gonna put this in the sink because it's scary. Sizzling. I'm gonna put this in a Ziploc bag. I'm probably gonna freeze it, but I'm not really making a ton, so maybe I'll want to make more throughout the week and then freeze it after. Okay, so it's already like browning. Like, is it supposed to be browning to the other side already? I think it's before I should flip it, but I'm gonna flip it. Oh, that looks kind of good. You wanna see it? Like, that looks really good. Okay. Snap, snap. Slay, 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 slay. I'm gonna get out my meat thermometer. I think it needs more time because it's, I mean, maybe it was longer than I thought. What did it say it should be at? 145? I believe 145 is. Yeah, it is 145. This says it's at 150, but there are like pink parts and that's what scares me. That's 150, okay. I feel like I'm gonna overcook it. I think it's done, I'm just scared. I need to be an adult. Okay, time to grow up, Keegan. Is this done? I think it's done. It doesn't even say like, oh, it's just like 145. It's like 160, you know? Okay, that says 170. So did I overcook it? That says 180, 169. It's definitely ready and I definitely overcooked it. Okay, so it says to cut it against the grain. I don't know what that means. I was about to just cut it and hope I was doing the best, but let's Google it. Cutting against the grain. I'm pretty sure if the lines go this way, you should cut it this way. That's what I'm assuming it means. I'm not even, there's a YouTube video, but I just saw the thumbnail and I think I know what that means. Okay, I feel like this is probably way too much for one sitting, but let's try cutting against the grain, shall we? I'm just so scared to eat this. I feel like I'm gonna get myself salmonella. Well, it's very tender. It's almost like hard to cut. Steak, it's like slippering around. It's so slippery. Look at this like juicy shot of this. Okay, let's cut this way. The grain's this way, I'm assuming. How does that look, you guys? It doesn't even look pink anymore. Okay, if you guys cook red meat often, did I butcher it? That is so good. I don't even care if I overcooked it. That's really good. There's this one girl I follow on TikTok and I really like her recipes, but she always does this thing where she'll take a bite, like she'll like make the food and then she'll take a bite and she'll go like this. She'll go. Something about it, I don't know why. It like, I'm like, stop doing that. But I know people like it. The nodding while you're eating, but I'm like, I do that too. It's always the things that we don't like in ourselves, but the things that like we do that we're like, that's annoying when somebody else does, but you're like, okay, take a look in the mirror. I know that I should have timed this better with the veggies, but I didn't. What I think I'm gonna do is this, whatever, make the veggies and then maybe make a little bit more of the carne asada for lunch tomorrow. I could also do Caesar salad tomorrow, so I have options. This is good. I'm a fan. You guys are never gonna guess what math I just did because they're never gonna guess it. So that means, oh my god, I literally can't believe I did this. Wow. On there, it says $10.99. So I thought I paid $10.99 for that. No, it was $10.99 per pound. That was a over 3 pound. I paid $36 for that, almost $40. What? Well, I literally was like, this is such a great deal for $11. Nope, I paid $36 for that. And like, I would not have bought that if I knew it was $36. With my chest, I saw the $10.99 and like the per pound, they looked so small. Oh my god, that's so expensive. So we really have to make that last. We are not sharing that with anybody. I'm gonna be selfish about it. I'm gonna freeze it and make it last. Oh my god, I can't believe I did that. That was so expensive. No wonder everything, it was like a $200 Costco run. It's like that was almost a fourth of my trip. Wow, everything else was significantly cheap then. I got a lot of stuff. I still have toilet paper and paper towels in my car that I haven't brought up. I cannot believe I paid $40 for that. I'm so embarrassed. Shout out to my great financial decisions. They have milk chocolate covered gummy bears at Trader Joe's. I love chocolate covered gummy bears. They are so good. If you guys have never had chocolate covered gummy bears, you have to try them. They're so good. They have them at Trader Joe's now. Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. I just made my breakfast sandwich. I have amazing news. Like, this is the best news ever. I saw like a moving truck almost outside of my condo and I was like, oh, someone's moving in. And I like took a peek to see like what's in the moving van. I'm pretty sure it's the washer and dryers. I'm pretty sure they're removing the washer and dryers today. I need to turn the air conditioning up. It's hot in here. Sorry, everyone. Give me a second. I don't know for a fact. I don't know if they took mine, but it looked like there were washer and dryers inside the moving van. So I am hype, hoping that they find finally remove them. And if they did, I don't need to spend $1,000 on a 2-in-1 because I really don't mind just using communal. Like, I feel like it's not that big of a deal. What I mind is just not having one in general. Anyways, I need to eat this breakfast sandwich. It's really hot though. But I'm gonna do some market research and you guys are going to help me. So for my job, I'm a social media strategist at my company. And one thing that I was tasked to do is to create like a PR mailer for our company. So I'm gonna go through all of my PR boxes and take photos of them. These have all been delivered to my mom's house throughout like a couple months. So we're gonna do a little PR haul unboxing. And so I can like do some market research to see what other companies are doing. And we can have a little PR unboxing. Ooh, this is very cute. Take photos of this. I think this is Kerastase. Cute little bow. This is the Elixir Ultimate, the iconic hair oil, now refillable. I'm so excited to try this. I've been actually really needing a new hair oil. They gave me a little one and a big one. Thank you so much to Kerastase. I'm gonna be taking little lunch breaks or breakfast breaks in the middle. This one, I don't know, this one's little, this one looks like it's been through it. Ooh, what is this? This is from the brand Sunday Scoop. It's an ice cream inspired wash off mask and headband kit. This is so cute. Thank you so much to Sunday Scoop. Too Faced came in this. Okay, this came with their Lady Bolt Empower Cream Lipstick in Committed and Power Move. Look at these colors. And then also came with a lip injection lip shaper. I didn't even know they had the lip shapers. Another breakfast break. Bare minerals. By the way, thank you so much to Too Faced. I'm so excited to try these. I put my name on this one. Prime Day's already gone, which I am so sorry. They always leave me a little handwritten letter, which is so nice. So they did have their stuff on sale for Prime Day, which passed. I'm so sorry. They gave me a blooming brush. Okay, this is gonna be way too dark for me. I think I actually picked out this shade, this Bare Pro 24-Hour Wear Foundation. Oh gosh. And then they gave me two. This one I think will be a much better shade for me than this one. They gave me so much stuff. Longevity serum, a mascara, matte liquid lipstick, lip liner, a blush. Oh, that's a bronzer. And then another liquid lipstick. Thank you so much to Bare Minerals. Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff in here. I keep saying this, but I really need to do a giveaway soon with a bunch of this stuff. This one is from Kiehl's. Again, market research. The Nordstrom anniversary sale, which literally just passed. Oh, see, I wish. This is so fun. Oh my, this is huge. The Creme de Corpse. I feel like corpse is not the right word. Maybe it is. An all over body moisturizer. I am so excited. This is huge, you guys. Oh, look at this. This is really cute. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff in here. We have their ultra facial cream, their retinol, their eye treatment, and their ultra facial cleanser. This is so cute. What is this? Oh, the ultimate strength hand salve. All day care for severely dry hands. These things are huge. Ultra facial cream. Look how, compare this to my head. And then we have their creamy eye treatment with avocado. Thank you so much to Kiehl's. I am such a big fan of Kiehl's. I'm wearing their sunscreen right now. I love Day. I hope this is what I think it is. It is, it is, it is. Ah! See, this is the vibe that I want my PR packages to be like. This is their cactus fruit styling cream taming wand. Look at how cute this packaging is. I'm actually gonna bring this into the office. And then look, I love this. I love this stuff. I'm so excited to use this. Oh, it smells, everyone smell it. It smells so good. I am so excited for this. Like a little taming wand that you just tame down your little pieces. You can bring it with you. Genius. I'm bringing this into the office. This is the inspiration. And I've been wanting to try this so badly. What is this? A bill from my dermatologist. Is this my parking ticket? I got a parking ticket because I stayed in a parking spot for like 30 minutes longer than I paid for. What is this? Annual Cancer Society? Bro, I think it's one of those things that wants me to donate. Where's my parking ticket? My mom said it's in here. I don't see it. And then this is our very last one. Oh, this is cute. I do care. Buy single masking, multi-masking. This is so cute. Thank you so much. Look at the little tiger headband. And then this is hot as sheet. That's actually really funny. 5-day eye and face mask. What time is it? Do I need to leave for work soon? No, I have plenty of time. I cannot believe this is real life still. I want to do like a really big giveaway. Would you guys rather, let me eat first and then I'll ask. Would you guys rather I do one huge giveaway or like a bunch of like small medium giveaways? Let me know. I feel like almost I prefer a bunch of small medium ones so like more of you guys can get it, but like it would be sick to have like a huge giveaway, you know what I mean? So let me know what you guys think. I need to like get on it and do it. I'm pretty sure they're taking out my washer and dryer right now because I heard a giant crash. And like I don't know if you guys can hear, there's like a rah sound, kind of quiet, but I think they're taking it out. So we're gonna try this. This is the baby version of the Big Daddy of the mom and the daughter. What I want to use it on is, I don't know if you guys can see right there, I have these. This isn't necessarily like to really hold it down. Well, it is to hold it down, but it's more of like a touch-up type of thing. So I don't have like the hot, no, I don't want to say I don't have the highest expectations, but like we'll see. I know the purpose of this is just to kind of like do touch-ups. Wait, that was like perfect. Look at it. That was perfect. Okay, this top, I love it. I love it already. I wish that it was bigger. I understand the point of like putting in your purse and you want it to be small, but this is 0.6 fluid ounces, so I wonder how long this will last. Okay, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. Slay! I just looked out my window and some man was walking out of where the laundry room is, so I do think that means they were moving it. And great timing. I'm so glad I did not like install a washer and dryer right there. Still possible. I would still love to hear your guys' opinions, but I don't mind. Like I said, I feel like a broken record, but like let me know what you guys think I should do. Also, very, very obsessed. Did I tell you guys what this tastes like? Somebody asked me, because I posted on my story. It kind of like takes you on a journey, you know? It tastes like green apple at first, and then there's like a savory, I don't know if it's like aftertaste, but like follow-up. I can't stop shaking. I don't know, probably from the caffeine that I'm drinking. Oh, there we go. I love connecting dots. Just packed up my lunch bag, head off to work. This top is from H&M, these are from Tilly's, but I need to go. See you guys, I need to put on my glasses, because one time this week, I think on Monday, I forgot my glasses, and I was like, I can't see anything. Okay, bye guys. Hello, I'm back from work. I'm actually meal prepping these fajita veggies that I did not end up making last night. I literally just ate the meat with nothing else, so that was fun. I have officially worked at my job for a little bit over 3 months now. So last week I did QBR, kind of like a 90-day review, quarterly business review type of vibe. I am so proud of myself. Why isn't anything coming out of this? Oh, it's because I got a new one. Time to crack open a new garlic powder. I am so proud of myself. I blew my KPIs out of the water. Like my KPIs that I had set was like increased by 20%, right? I increased by like 1,600%, by 1,300%, by 800%. Like I blew my KPIs out of the water in the first 90 days. And I literally like, I don't even know how I did it, but I did it. I'm so proud of myself. So it's such a good feeling. These are gonna be so seasoned. I found a recipe online. It was a different recipe than I was looking at last night. There's like 20,000 seasonings on this, but I'm like feeling very good. I was like, what can I improve? And all the things he said that I can improve, like there was honestly like no negative feedback. Like even just the way that I've like assimilated, I don't know if that's the right word, but like myself into like the company and my coworkers and all that, like it was all really positive feedback. And I kind of am like, are you sure? Like literally, what can I do better? Like, come on, like give me something to work with. Like obviously I made like new KPIs for myself for the next 90 days, but also if you don't know what a KPI is, because I was talking to my mom about this and she didn't know because she is an elementary school teacher and doesn't work in like the business field, or even if like you don't work in the business field, I know a lot of people know what KPIs are, but key performance indicator, it's essentially like your goals, your targets that you want to hit. Like if I wanted, because I do social media for this company, like if I wanted to improve my impressions by 20%, if I wanted my impressions to be 10,000 instead of what they were, you know what I'm saying? Like I honestly like have done better in social media for this company than I've ever done for myself, which is kind of funny when I think about it. But I'm feeling really proud of myself, which I think is a really great feeling. And whenever I feel positively or proud of myself or something, I just try to hold on to this feeling for as long as I possibly can, because I can be very critical of myself. I think it's probably just human nature. We all do it a little bit. And so whenever I'm doing well in something, I just try to really acknowledge it and hold on to it for as long as I possibly can before I don't want to have like a lacking mindset, but I just want to hold on to all the positivity and pride that I have in myself. So yay everyone, I killed it. I'm a great I'm a great employee. Slay. I'm so happy about it. But that's my update. I need to wait for my oven to finish preheating and then we will throw it in. We are about to take our last Accutane, hopefully ever. It just can never be easy to open, can it? No, it cannot. Okay, bottoms up, you guys. I really hope I'll never have to do this again. I hope a lifetime of clear skin. Manifesting it. Cheers, everyone. Let's like pray on this one. And she's done. Woo! Oh, I went to bed early last night so I could have one of these sooner, right? My fridge smells really bad. Are you guys ready? Ooh, bottoms up. Oh, these things, I don't know what they put in them. They're so good. I need to make breakfast, but I always feared this shirt makes me look naked from far away because it's just like so close to my skin tone, you know? I've been really obsessed with the breakfast sandwiches recently. Like, been on a big breakfast sandwich kick. Also, huge on you kick. I was on their website last night and I was like, do I buy in bulk? Do I subscribe? Do I? But I don't know if I said this. Happy Friday, you guys. Today's my mom's birthday. Everybody wish my mom a happy birthday in the comments, even though it's already passed, because I know she watches these videos and I know she reads all my comments. So everybody, happy birthday to my mom. I texted her when I woke up, happy birthday, because I was like, I know I'm probably not the first person to, because everybody wakes up so goddamn early, but not like I was gonna forget. But I wanted to do it early, you know? There's a lot of pressure on your birthday of like, are people gonna forget my birthday? And like, imagine your children forgetting your birthday. No, couldn't be me. Could not be me. Okay, for my hair today, I used the Day Cactus Fruit Styling Cream. And then last night, I put the Kerastase Elixir Ultimate, the oil in my hair, and my hair feels really smooth. So I really like that. I feel like I feel a little piece of hair coming up from the sides of my ears. So we're gonna just put that there. I showed the PR package to my boss for Day, how I was talking about how I was like trying to create a PR package for our company. They're giving me a really big budget for it. I'm like, no pressure. But I showed him the box and he was like, oh, my wife uses their shampoo. I didn't know they make mascara. And I was like, this is not mascara. It's not. Let me take a step back and explain to you what this is. I thought that was kind of funny. I also had this really weird dream last night that was scary. If I tell you my dream while this microwave goes, will that bother you guys? We're gonna try it. Hopefully it's not too annoying. I had this dream that I moved into this condo and it was huge. It was a huge condo, except for like the kitchen was on one side, or not the kitchen, the bedroom was on one side of the house, and then all the way around was the one bathroom, right? But then there was this hallway of all these doors, and all of these doors led to communal things, right? Like a washer and dryer, a pool, a sauna, right? Inside my house, but then there was no locks on my house. So I was like, people could just enter my house at any time. And they were like, you're not allowed to change the lock. So I was like, I woke up paranoid. I was like, people can like easily just walk into my home. Like, I don't know if that's like a paranoia thing that's like manifesting into a dream. I don't know, but I was like so scared. Then I was like trying to find ways. I was like, do I get like these like door jammer? Like, what do I do, you know, to make sure people don't get into my home? Because if they use the communal pool, the communal indoor pool inside my dream, then they can just easily get into my home. And we don't want that.